Hey everyone, it's Dr. Hodges, and I have a quick question for you. What is something that you can do that does not require any skill, doesn't require money, and doesn't require your joints all to work? What do you think is a key to success in weight loss and weight maintenance? What's something that you can do? The answer to that is being consistent. And nobody wants to hear that, and I'm sure everybody's like, oh. And can I be honest? I do that groan too. I am going on a walk, and actually right now it actually does feel good. It's been ages since I've done it, and I have to ask myself, why don't I do this all the time? And let's be honest, I'm just being lazy. Now, this is not everybody, but for me, I can say, this doesn't feel like it. And we all get the, I don't feel like it. I'm not motivated. I'm sure all of us would love to think or would love to have the experience of being a one-hit wonder. And what that means is you go in, you do that really good workout, and whenever you get home, that means all your weight is going to be shed and you are going to be a perfect 10. Unfortunately, that is not how these things work. And unfortunately, being a one-hit wonder, just like in music, you're not generally going to get to the outcome that you want or reach your long-term goals if you're relying on that one single thing, that one single instance to help you to reach your goals. And so what I am finding is that consistency, and I think I made a video. I'll put a link to that below. But you know, when you are consistent with whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's with taking your vitamins, whether it's with exercise, whether it's with your diet, whether it's with monitoring your weight, being consistent is going to help keep you accountable. And accountability is key in long-term success. Honestly, I think that that's why Weight Watchers can work for so many people. There's nothing magical about Weight Watchers, but they do know that if they keep people accountable and keep people consistent, then over the long term, you're probably going to reach some of your weight loss goals. And you know, I think one thing to remember is everybody has a different journey. You know, when you are starting your weight loss journey, it's almost like you're my daughter. She's 10 and she is in intermediate school, but she's 10 going on 21. Okay. And like most preteens and teenagers, they desperately want to be an individual, but then they also want to be like everybody else. So that's kind of what I feel like weight loss programs are. Everybody wants to try that one new thing that's going to make all the difference. This is going to be it. But then everybody also wants, you want to be like everybody else too. So you got to go against the grain. You can't be that preteen. You can't be going after that one-hit wonder. You just can't do it because you're just not going to get to where you need to be. So the first thing that I want you to do in your weight loss journey, this is just going to be step one. This is all we're going to talk about today, is I want you to really look and see what is your current baseline, because your baseline is going to be different than somebody else's. I just turned 50. Like literally, I just turned 50 like 3 days ago. So, and I have not been exercising, and I'm really surprised. I'm going on mile 2, and I'm like more winded and tired than in the past whenever I was walking on a more frequent basis. And so you might be 3 decades younger than me, or you might be 2 decades older. Okay. So what are things that are going to affect your baseline? Your age, your current weight. Are you a man or a woman? What are your genetics? What are your joints like? Like, I'm blessed. I don't have any injury to my knees or to my hips or to my joints. And so that plays a big role on where my baseline is. I have some patients that will come to see me and they've never really exercised at all in their life. They don't know how to exercise. They don't know really what they need to do in the gym. And I would say there's a lot of us out there that are like that. That's the same with, I have a lot of people that they don't have good habits with their nutrition because they've never really been taught. They're going by what their mama always made for them or what their grandmama made, or we're going off of what culturally, like what we think is good and bad. And so all of us have a specific baseline, and that is going to have a profound impact on not just how easy, maybe I shouldn't say easy, but it is definitely going to have an impact on how long it might take you to reach your goals, your approach to your goals. You know, when I'm talking about being consistent, in the beginning, you may have some people that are like, yay, rah, 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 shish kumbah. Like, they're really your advocate. And then as you continue on, you're going to have ebbs and flows. You're going to have successes. You're going to have setbacks. And unfortunately, you may have some of those people that drop off. Or maybe you might have little naysayers in your ear, like reinforcing some of those negative thoughts that you already have that say, you can't do it. This is like the 10th time you've tried this. Now, do you know that this is not going to work? Why are all those voices in our head always so negative? It's very frustrating. But, you know, all of that, it all starts somewhere. It all starts with whatever your baseline is. And that's okay. And the reason why I think it's important that you know where your baseline is you gotta have your starting point. And I say this because it's very unrealistic if you have never worked out before for you to go and it's unrealistic for you to think that if you've never exercised, then you're gonna go and walk 3 miles. You know, my sweet mother-in-law right now, she had pneumonia over Christmas, and that is the most fit woman. She's 85. She does 45 minutes of the elliptical and an hour of Pilates every day, Monday through Friday. But she got pneumonia and it really knocked her on her butt. And she's having a very difficult time getting her strength back. And that's just how it is. And so everybody has a baseline. Everybody has limitations. And so I want you guys to be realistic about some of those, because unfortunately, those are going to be some things that you have to overcome. I don't want to sugarcoat it. I don't want to come and say, you know what, if you eat right and exercise and take some medicine or go have surgery, then this is all going to go away. Unfortunately, that's just not realistic. I want to give you the tools that you need so you can live your best life ever. And I think knowing realistically what your starting point is so that you don't hurt yourself, because I will tell you, I plan to start weight training this year. I have not done that in probably 10 years. And so I know that if I go in and try to just blow it out of the water the very first day, I'm going to be incredibly sore, and then I'm not going to be able to work out for at least a week. Well, how is that helping me with my consistency? It's not. And so try very hard to not compare yourself to other people. I can't tell you how many times I have patients that will come to see me and they've had weight loss surgery and they're on all these different Facebook groups and blogs and blah, 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 which are good, it's fine, but they set these unrealistic expectations because they're constantly comparing themselves to other people. This is your journey. You need to know your baseline, and I want to try to help you set realistic goals, because there's one thing I love a checkbox. Love it. And it is awesome. And you need these little successes to help get you on to the next one, because if any one of my patients can tell you, if you've had weight loss surgery, is that the real battle, it's up here. The surgery helps you get the weight off, but man, there is all this going on up here that you've got to work through so that you can live your life and do the things that you need to do. It makes it even more difficult if you're just doing diet, medicine, and exercise, because now you don't have the benefit of a surgery that's helping with some of the physical things, because you still have this mental battle that you've got to get through. So, step one, let's see where our baseline is. Let us realistically look and see, what is your weight? And I want you to write that down. If you want to take measurements, you can do your, make a measurement of your waist. If you want to make a measurement of your thighs, there are some really good apps that you can use. And I'm going to go through a little planner that y'all can use in another video. But I want you to put down your baseline. I want you to put your weight and then some other key pointers. I want you to write how much, without you even trying to do, I want to know how many calories are you taking in every day. I want you to find out what your BMR is. That's your basal metabolic rate. And then we can calculate your BMI. That's just, there are lots of calculators. I'll put those links below. And we're going to start from scratch. There's a really good app called MyFitnessPal. There's another really good one called Berrytastic. And I'll have some links below on how to use those apps. Or if you just want to put in a little notebook that you get from the Dollar Tree for $1.25, you can do that too. The point is we need to know your baseline. You got to know where your starting point is if you want to know where you need to go. Okay? So let's find out our starting point. So that's my challenge to you in this first part of January. Let's get that baseline and then let's get this thing going. Okay?